Hello, and welcome to my presentation on the advantages and disadvantages of electronic health record systems, a change management project for Excelsior College's Masters of Informatics program in March 2020.
Hello, my name is Maria Sky Correa. I'm a registered nurse completing my last semester in the Masters of Informatics programs at Excelsior College. Although my end game is nurse practitioner, I have found nursing informatics to be fascinating, providing endless opportunities and benefits no matter what specialty of nursing you choose to pursue. My master's project is a change management project in the form of user documentation tutorial created to challenge present barriers found in the implementation of electronic health record systems. This tutorial will inform and educate users on the benefits of using an EHR system and address any perceived disadvantages, finding solutions to resolve them if possible. I have created a user documentation tutorial that will be highly visible and easily accessible from the main screen. It will be user-friendly with a simple menu that users can use intuitively to guess what content the icons contain. I follow the same process as of developing interfaces by first designing a general structure for the documentation tutorial and then developing the individual components within it. My project started with a pre-survey and will have a post-survey. This is the general structure for the user documentation tutorial. The first icon will lead to the control, which is an introduction to the EHR and its basic functions, which then will connect to individual tasks. The problem I see in my organization is poor user compliance with the use and upgrades of the new EHR system. Documentation and assessments are not being completed in a timely fashion. Medications are not being ordered. Lab results are not being analyzed and followed through, and doctor's orders are not being transcribed. This is because users are unsure on how to use the system effectively, have poor or non-existing training, have no post-implementation support, and are unaware that user documentation is a critical component of system implementation. Surveys conducted before designing my project show staff does not agree that EHR increases efficiency. They disagree that the system is user-friendly or that user documentation is easy to find and navigate. The survey shows that user hesitancy is due to lack of knowledge. Because of that, they believe the system is hard to master and does not improve productivity. The identified stakeholders are nurses, doctors, DON, administrator, and patients. Nurses are probably the main stakeholders since their ability to use the system impacts all other stakeholders. If nurses are not comfortable using the system, the patients cannot benefit from a system that research has proven increases safety and workflow. Doctors cannot ask for reports to monitor care. DONs will have increased work ensuring all documentation is completed, and administrators will have to explain loss of profit, non-compliance, poor workflow, and reasons for poor patient care. For my project, I use interdisciplinary research theoretical framework because it combines ideas from multiple disciplines. Nursing and informatics are two different disciplines that must integrate smoothly to present an electronic health system that will benefit healthcare and ultimately patients. Using the 5-step layout, I identified my research topic, its constructs and concepts, determined its disciplines, research theories, and noted terminology. On step 1, I determined my question. My question was, how can I develop a better user documentation tutorial on the advantages and disadvantages of EHR use to be more user-friendly? On step 2, I identified concepts and constructs within the question, such as advantages and disadvantages, user-friendly system, tutorial, easy to use, and availability. This allowed me to concentrate on only the problems I wanted to address in my tutorial. On step 3, I identified the disciplines using the concepts such as nursing, business, education, and informatics. This allowed me to identify the members of my interdisciplinary team that will have input in my system. Members such as the DON from nursing, the administrator from the business end, the nurse educator, and the IT personnel. In step 4, I identified the theories appropriate for addressing the research question, using each discipline as a guide. Lewin's change theory and culture theory in nursing, management theory and connectivism in learning theory in business, connectivism in learning and behaviorism learning in education, and Lewin's change theory and novice to expert theory in informatics. Using the internet, I searched scientific papers, articles, and book references for appropriate information on each theory. In step 5, I identified key terminology within the theories that match the disciplines to define the shared language, such as safe care, quality care, seamless workflow, adult learning, experimental learning, implementation, cost-effectiveness, and user documentation. In step 1, I determined my question. My question was, how can I develop a better user documentation tutorial on the advantages and disadvantages of EHR use to be more user-friendly? Connectivism in learning theory is based on the principle that knowledge is balanced in a diversity of opinions. Behaviorism theory is founded on the belief that behaviors are gained by conditioning. Novice to expert theory is a favorite of informatics. Each level is built on the level before as the staff gains knowledge, skills, perception, intuition, wisdom, and experience in their field of practice. They are able to advance from novice to advanced beginner to competent to proficient to expert. Research by Cruz and colleagues shows there are many barriers to implementing a successful EHR system. Cost, complexity of use, lack of IT support, ethical issues, downtime, lack of training, aversion to deal with EHR, lack of computer skills, user resistance. These are but a few. There is plenty of research on the benefits of a successful EHR implementation, such as the research by Yuan, Bradley, and Nubahar that show a successful EHR system improves patient safety and quality of care, improves patient health, improves productivity, improves performance, and provides an improved workflow. Leadership strategies to the design and implementation of my project are based on two principles. Cultural communication is needed to open adequate channels to ensure transfer of information with as little noise and equivocation depending on characteristics of the organization or cultural contexts and the ability to perform in a transformational leadership style. To promote a culture of safety, it's important to voice values, reinforce norms, and provide initiatives for safe behaviors. Using tools such as training to understand safe culture and practice, make safety a priority, have policies in place, and encourage staff to be part of a safe culture. There is no fail-safe system. System designers cannot plan for an infinite variations that can occur within the system. A safe culture depends on a combination of environmental structures, processes within the organization, and attitudes and perceptions of workers and the safety-related behaviors of staff. The outcome of my project will be a user documentation tutorial designed with evidence-based research highlighting the advantages of using EHR systems to increase compliance and the proposed solutions to the disadvantages or difficulties encountered and validated by best practice research to increase safety to residents and reduce stress to users. There will be positive post-surveys that will validate staff feeling valued and affirms their proposed compliance. There will be documented valid reasons for the disadvantages of using the system and its proposed solutions. A user documentation that successfully demonstrates skills learned, follows structures, meets business need, and has the potential to be adopted as a system request for a future project. Outcomes will be measured using a post-survey where employment of the proposed project can be promoted using voice of the user survey. Post-survey shows the project was well received. Staff found that the tutorial was helpful, easy to find and navigate. Tutorial has achieved what I set out to do by decreasing EHR user anxiety, allowing for a culture of system use that is free of stress. The outcome of my project was a success. All the outcomes were successfully met. For my project, I used interdisciplinary research theoretical. The organization will benefit from my stated project with a noticeable, seamless workflow as staff completes tasks with no difficulty or pause. MDS will be able to capture known nursing skills for reimbursement in a timely manner without missed or incorrect documentation. Yearly surveys by the state will improve due to documentation completed per specifications. Nursing judgment is the conclusion of education, experience, and insight, which allow for the execution of the best project possible on behalf of the nursing profession for the benefit of patients. Nursing judgment is seen in assessments and interventions, delegations of tasks, and prioritizing, as studied in the Walker and Avanti concept analysis. Skills needed to improve on project by seeing the need for user documentation. Patients are more aware of their care, demanding the highest nursing quality. This will be made possible with the EHR system, which research has proved will improve quality of care. By facilitating EHR system use with the proposed user documentation tutorial, my project will be instrumental in promoting excellence in nursing practice. My project will enable nurses to promote health and well-being through the health and illness continuum of care by providing care that is safe and is guided by best practice. An easy-to-use documentation tutorial has the potential to bring enlightenment and reduce the fear associated with electronic health record systems. Fear and ignorance are holding staff back from utilizing electronic systems to their fullest capabilities. Organizational cultures may demand systems use, but nursing culture is embedded in care that is documented in paper charts. My role as a change agent is based on the need to successfully combine nursing and informatics. As a leader, I saw a need in my organization. Using skills such as effective communication, transformational leader, and change agent, I led a successful team in collaborating to design a user documentation tutorial. The nursing profession has grown due to inquisitive nurses with master's degrees or higher that cultivate the spirit of inquiry by asking questions, have in-depth discussions of existing issues, and are willing to lobby for change. Practicing spirit of inquiry and innovation is what I am displaying by bringing awareness to poor or lacking user documentation. EHR systems are being implemented worldwide. The benefits of a well-implemented system is infinite to healthcare, as proven by numerous research. Lack of user documentation features prominently in objections to EHR implementations. If users refuse to use the system or do not use the system to its full capacity because of lack of training, interest, or support, EHR systems will be useless. It's critical that masters prepared nurses further the nursing profession by researching ways to improve implementation and compliance of EHR system use for the benefit of patients and the growth of the nursing profession.